Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to give you a reading. This is your sneak peek for this week. Yep, it is a day late. Sometimes it's on a Tuesday, but y'all, all this energy's got me on the ropes, okay? So, yeah, I just got back from a 5-mile saunter, and yeah, that's my way just to stay healthy while I have these cards in my hands. All right, here we go. It is for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you for coming here. If you've clicked here for the first time, welcome. I hope you will stay. Once you see this high vibe and tribe, you are going to want to join us. I'm just saying, go all up in the comments. You'll see how beautiful the people here are. And if you are my ride or die, and I know most of you are, thank you for clicking here again. So if you're new, we go from Aries to Pisces. I have linked everything down below in the first comment that's pinned to the top. Your timestamp is there. You just got to promise one thing. Please stop watching tarot for your sun sign. That is your personality. That is their personality. You already know that. Go up to my banner. I'm not affiliated with that link, but there is a link there. If you don't have your birth date, or sorry, the time of birth, just use midnight. Okay, here we go, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries. This is your sneak peek for this week. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Here we go, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right. Well, there you go, Aries. First card out. Ooh. And the last, somebody's leveling up. Aries, somebody's leveling up, and I think it's you. I feel as though you felt you had to level up from the king to the emperor. Yeah. Not that you had to. I feel like you knew you were going to. I feel like you've been working that hard. You've been taking a lot of action. You've been trying to be, balanced within your energy here, within your love energy. I feel like this is something. I feel as though, okay, Charlie says you had to level up to be with the Empress. The Empress just won't take any old energy, y'all. And that's the truth. And Aries knows that. Yep, for sure. So I feel like there are two people here who are about to reunite, and it's about to give both of them not only the things they've been dreaming about, manifesting, praying about, but it's about to give them the moment of alchemy that they've been waiting for. I just feel like this is like the Disney ending. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like balance. Them pouring into you, you pouring into them, and making things even again. Having balance again. One foot in the water, one foot in the earth. Yeah. I feel like that is what this reunion is going to bring here. We have two energies on the table here. One is primarily masculine, the other one's primarily feminine. And maybe this isn't any of you, but I have a feeling it's somebody, because there you are, you're the leader. Right? Well, I feel like you, dear King, in this King energy here, I feel like you haven't had any communication if this is your person. So for some of you, it could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Doesn't have to be. We do have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. We're in general reading, right? So we also have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. So you could have water in your chart. We could be dealing with someone who has fire in their chart. We've got some fire here, 1, 2, 3, and we've got water here, right? Now, I feel like somebody here feels as though they missed an opportunity, and so I feel like someone's doubling back, because 3 cups and 1 is 4. And to me, that's looking at the opportunity, but sending it back to the universe or back to where it came, or telling that person no. But I feel like something came to you as a gift, and I feel like you refused the gift, Aries. For some of you, you did. I feel like you turned your back to the Queen and carried on with life. But I don't think you ever forgot this. I don't think you ever forgot your feelings for the Queen. I feel like you're then plagued with shoulda, coulda, woulda. Did I miss the opportunity? You did. But you know what? It's the moment of alchemy. It's time for you to step up now. It's time for you to use this Emperor energy. Yep. And go get you some. Go get it. Go get it, Aries. Look at that. Wow. Whoo. Passion and conversation. There's the four cups we just talked about. Yeah, somebody offered you the cup, Aries, and you said no thanks, Tom Hanks. And here we go, King of Pentacles. You become financially stable, and then it's time to come home again, or you're going home to someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like your person could have been with someone else, and maybe that could have been the reason why you didn't go, but you're now ready to fight for that. Wow, you're ready to fight. You're ready to fight for what you want now, for this new beginning with this person. Who are they, Aries? Or are they for you? All right, here we go. Let's keep going, Aries. Just start doing you at the end, really, because you always capture all of my energy. Okay, we've only taken 5, including intros, so that's not bad at all. Okay, let's keep going, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, my complaining. Shut up, reader. Just throw the cards. I entertain myself as well as entertaining you, I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. What do we got here? Your 9 of Cups. Is that what you're going to get? Well, I think so, because we have the Fool. I feel like you're ready to step off the edge, but you know what? I also feel like your Queen is ready to step off the edge with you. I think there's been a weight. There was some sort of a block or something that was going on here with the 7 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. I feel as though you had to put the brakes on something. Something was stunted in its growth. It only grew to 7 pentacles, or you're just waiting for the perfect pentacle. And you're waiting for that pentacle right between that farmer's feet there. I feel as though that's the pentacle that is the one that we saw on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the opportunity that's coming forward, or the one that you're taking with you. I feel like there is a new start for you here, Aries. We've got the Fool telling me that it's time for alchemy, for you to love this Queen, whoever that person is to you. And I feel like this is going to be the connection of a lifetime. Some of you are energetically connected here. Some of you are psychically connected here. We have Leo. And I feel like the Queen is probably the one who is most psychic, but I feel like the King has water in the chart. And maybe even some Leo. But nonetheless, even if the signs are off, we're looking at sunshine. Look at those. Look at that. I'm just looking at the rays. It's like lightning hitting them both at the same time for the moment of alchemy to come into play here, with the Fool at the very center, at the heart of everything, Aries. I feel like this decision wasn't easy for you, and that even though you know you have the sun on your side, even though you have the clarity to see to see everything for miles, you can make better decisions. I feel like you're in a growth period lately, and now you want to grow with the Queen. That's what I feel. And I also feel like, look at that there's a little face peeking out there. I think there's some children, and Charlie brought my attention there, saying, don't forget the kids. Yeah, I think that there is going to be 2 people that are, fire and water pouring into each other. That's what's in those 2 cups there that the Angel Michael is holding there is the fire and the water, right? Trying to find the perfect moment. And there's only going to be one moment that it's going to be perfect for all of this to kick off. So there is a new start here. I feel like the Queen, whoever the Queen is to you, that person is at the ready to go. And I feel as though, dear King here, you still have your back to this Queen. I feel like you're worried about the communication. I feel like it keeps you up at night, and you know that your happiness is with this person. And I feel like you're going to go for it. Yeah, Ace of Wands. We already saw the Ace of Pentacles in the future here. Now we see the Ace of Wands in the reading that says you're incredibly attracted to this person. You have a lot of passion for them. You're ready to go on a new path and passion. Maybe your finances aren't quite where you want them to be, but don't forget this power couple here. I think that the 7 of Pentacles is probably the last time you're going to see that. And what are you headed to? You're headed to happiness. All 9 cups, Aries, if you get on it. Yeah, all 9 cups is what's waiting for you. All right, Taurus, here we are for your sneak peek for this week. And a happy birthday to you if you're having a birthday. If you've had in the past, then I haven't said. I had a birthday on April 24th. I am your Taurus sister. Okay, Taurus, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is coming up for you in this week, Taurus? This is your sneak peek for the week. All right. We start out with the Fool, Taurus. You got your toes off the edge. You're ready to take the jump. You're ready to take the plunge. Whew. Yep. What's this? Oh, you saw something online that caused you to close a very significant chapter in your life. Maybe it was information that was that you dug for, or that someone brought to you or brought to your attention. I feel it was something that you learned. You gained knowledge about something, and it caused you to close a major cycle in your life here. Yeah, it's not a cycle. Yeah, it is a. It's like you stop writing the book, right? You stop writing the book and you just throw it away because this is a brand new world. Taurus, I feel like you knew either intuitively that this brand new world was coming, but I think unfortunately this was the setup. It was something that you learned that caused you to manifest the closing of this chapter, this book. This book is done. It's time for you to go someplace new. We have you as maybe being short on cash, Taurus. I'd be surprised if it was a lot of you, but I maybe this is the month, or maybe April was the month that we were feeling the pinch. But I feel like there is some after some lack of finances, after being disconnected from someone and not speaking, total and complete silence, you're limping along all on your own. It's all on you. But guess what? Here comes that big cup in the future here. It was someone that's broken your heart, and they're going to take another run at it, Taurus. For some of you, you're going to say, nuh-uh, right off the bat. And for some of you, it's going to be welcomed, and it's going to be a different story for you. And it's totally understood if some of you, we don't know your circumstance, right? You have the reasons that you have to do the things that you do in your life, and you're allowed. You don't have to ask. All right, Taurus, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Healing. Whatever it was, you closed a chapter. It didn't make you happy. It feels like a betrayal of sorts, because we have the Four of Swords, and I feel like someone goes into the Four of Swords because they're ill or they've been betrayed. And when I see swords, I see up in the mind, which means communication or connection of some sort. So your heart was broken by something that you found out from someone or something, a lesson, some knowledge, or something you saw on the internet. But I feel as though you were supposed to see it. It was supposed to be brought to you. Star and the Magician. Yeah. I think you just needed to see it, Taurus, to believe it. And some of you became single because of it. And now you're never going to be treated like that again. If this is a situation where you felt you were mistreated, or someone that you loved and trusted said something or did something to you, I feel like now in this new cycle here, now that you're jumping into this new cycle, I feel like, you're like, nope, nuh-uh, that's not ever going to happen again. I think you've learned your lesson here. Yep. 3, 4, 5 swords on the table. I feel like you're ready to fight for something different. You know now that you have this kind of power, the power of the star. For some of you, you're a healer or a light worker, or you're in the esoteric world. You might read crystals or whatever your divination is, reading teacups, coffee cups. It doesn't matter. Some of you are highly psychic, are connected to source, connected to self, and you are manifesting. I feel as though, honestly, Taurus, I feel like you manifested this closing of this chapter. You needed proof. Because why? Because that's how we are. We're not just going to go on say so for the most part. Most of us, not the healed ones. We're going to give them a second, third chance. But the universe had to show it to you, like right in your face, because you're the person who does give chances over and over and over again. And maybe you're great at getting into relationships, but I don't think you're so great at getting out. So we have some sort of a reunion, or maybe it was a third party that broke this apart. We do have another 3, so that would make sense. I feel like this could be your love tribe as well. But what I feel is that you just shut something down because it kind of was an insult to your intelligence, is what I'm going to say, because you are the high priestess. You're showing up here as the high priestess who is connected to source and self, who is connected to the even higher self, who's connected to the source, period. The person who said, okay, universe, if this is actually what's going on with my person, then tell me and show me, and I promise you that I will listen. And you did. And the universe said, see, someone said something, did something to the contrary, trashing you behind your back, whatever it was, it broke your heart. I feel it was about communication and connection with someone. Could be an air sign, but honestly, we have Aries, we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, we have Aries, we have more Aquarius. I feel like it was a hasty move. Not a hasty move, but I think you knew it was coming, Taurus. I feel as though you knew it was coming. You asked for the proof. You got the proof, and you're like, okay, understood. Boom, done. And you shut it off because you're the queen. You're the queen, and if a person does not treat you as the queen should be treated, then that person, out. Get them out of there, because they're now not really serving a purpose. If they don't add to your life, Taurus, then it's time to just put your boundaries in place. Yeah, if they don't add to you, if they're taking more than they're depositing, if they're withdrawing more, yeah, it's time for you, whether it's money or whether it's health or whether it's energy, it's time for you to shut it down. And you know it. You knew it. I think you really knew it. So this week, I think what we're doing is this. I feel like we start out with the leap of faith because you've been manifesting all of this. You got your answer. You shut that door that no longer needed to be open. And now it's time for the reunion. There we go. And here it comes, Taurus. You know, you've been feeling this freaking weird energy. Here it is. Somebody who used to be really quiet and very defensive has realized that you, in fact, are the one they're connected to. They have nostalgic love for, the one that possibly that you've had lifetimes with. This one possibly is your soulmate, right? For some of you it is. And it is an abundance that will change your life forever. This is a brand new cycle. This is a new cycle of abundance. Yes, it looks like money, but it can pay out to you anyway, in money, in love, in happiness, in health, in balance, because you manifested it. I think that's what's coming up for you this week, Taurus. All right, Gemini, you are next in line. Here we go, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, if you are interested in having a private reading with me, there is a link in the description below. Look for the yellow dot. You need to go to Wizio. Readings there begin at $40. Here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, here we are. All right. Well, Gemini's paying out in swords. There we go. Excuse me. Gemini, we have you here, and it's an interesting energy. Gemini, I think you've learned something that has given you a bit of balance. It's also made you realize that the place that you were in was the place you really didn't want to be. You didn't really have the balance there. I feel as though either you went digging for information or someone brought it to you. You could have seen it on the internet. Something you've seen appeals to you and is giving you balance. And it looks to me like you're leaving wherever you were to go wherever you want to be, because there's conversation here that needs to be had. Yeah. It took you a while to come to this, though. You've been thinking about this, but I think this week is when it's all going to kick off, and I think you're going to start it off because we have you here in the Ace of Swords, right? I feel like 6, 7, 8, you were up in your head for a very long time. Self-imposed prison, thinking you couldn't go, but really the reason you wouldn't go is right there. You just weren't ready to talk. And that's okay. You had to take time, learn some things, gain some strength. And it's okay. You're doing it all in the right timing. Wow. You're listening. So for whoever, Gemini, if you are the person who is now going to get back on track and taking in this opportunity that's been moving really slow, or maybe it's coming to you. It is everything, though. It's the 10 of Pentacles, and it's what you want. I feel like it's followed up by also a new path and passion. I saw the page there. Could also be somebody here who has realized their spiritual side. So the Page of Swords is about, you know, learning, digging for information. This is the student, right? The one who sees and hears and investigates. And I feel like somebody investigated themselves right into spirituality. That's what I feel, Gemini. I don't think you were looking for it, but I think you were trying to understand it. And in understanding came knowledge and a new way of thinking, I feel. All right. Now we have 9 swords. Interesting. So the cycle is about to close here. Gemini, I feel like this week is time for you to go home. There has been something between you and another person. It might have been a little bit of something to do with money, or maybe just a disconnection, feeling in lack. It's a way of feeling, right? It's feeling in lack, feeling like you're not enough, like you don't have enough. I feel like you finally have loved yourself enough that it's time to go have a conversation. And I feel like you want to be seen by this person. I also feel like you see them, and that's why you're moving. We've got the 6 of Wands. You know, there's buds on all of these 6 wands, right? Growth. Yeah. You see the growth, and I think you want to move forward because you see the growth. Now, the person on that horse is doing a bunch of things. You know, coming home from the war, coming home having fought the war and coming back alive was a huge thing, right? It is a huge thing. Still, always it is. This person has been through it. Yeah. And they're coming through harsh circumstances, but it has not tapered them in terms of how they feel about someone else, because this person is wearing the wreath, and there is a wreath here. Now, some will call it a wreath of victory, but looking into medieval times, I know that, you know, the person who was looking for a wife, the matriarch of that family back in the day, whoever the matriarch was, would make these wreaths, and this person on the horse would go through town holding that wreath high and presented it on the head of the one that he would betroth, right? They were betrothed at that point. So it just had to be the wedding by the church to make it official. Yeah. So I have a feeling that this person has a lot of things on their mind, but understand, I think that the progression here is someone has realized that they've been keeping themselves in a self-imposed prison. And this week is the week that you come clean, I think, with self and with someone else. There we go. There we go, Gem. You knew it all along. I feel like you are headed maybe to the High Priestess. You're not telling anyone that you're going. Maybe you're suffering this tower all by yourself because you realize now you have to come clean. You have to go and be clear with someone this week. And I feel like the tower tells me that it is a moment of aha for you, that you realize that you must go because you've been lying to someone. And I feel like you're not only taking love and affection and maybe thoughts of marriage or engagement, but I feel like you're taking a brand new cycle, a brand new start with you here. Never like to leave a tower unattended, y'all. You know that. All right. So I feel like the tower is, for you, Gemini, is that you do, yeah, you go. So I feel like you become financially stable within yourself. You feel enough finally. And I feel as though with, you know, the waves of hitting up against the shore in your heart, I think you're going to go out and you're going to take a chance because you know that it's time. You feel that it's time. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who could be Scorpio, Pisces, someone who could have Sagittarius in the chart. That's what's coming up this week, y'all. All right, Leo. Nope, sorry, not Leo. Cancer. Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer. If you're interested in a private read, you can look down below. There is a link to Wizio. My reads begin at $40. All right, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is for Cancer. What's coming up for Cancer? This is your sneak peek for this week, Cancer. Okay, there you are. The Emperor showed up to their reading, and now there you are showing up to yours. Yeah, there's your energy. You've been waiting on something. I feel like you are the King of Swords. I feel like that's the king that you present to most people. This king for me is masculine leaning. Charlie just showed me 70-30. I don't think you really need to know that, but he's always into the fractions. Yeah. So yeah, there's, we've got the King of Swords here, and I feel like the king has feels. Yeah, feelings for somebody who could also be Cancer, doesn't have to be, but I think you've spent a lot of time right here in this self-imposed prison. And I think although you have feelings, it makes this to hear makes so much sense for Cancer. This is exactly what it is. I have so many feelings, but I'm going to guard it with my sword. I'm going to guard it with my life. I'm going to come at you very logically. I'm going to come at you with my brains first, and to see if you can satisfy me in terms of how smart you are. Because I really feel for most of the Cancers that I know in my life, they're quite successful, or even if they don't feel successful, they're incredibly highly intelligent. Yeah, really great business minds, even just the ones that I know. You might have different things to say, but that's my experience. And so, yeah, I feel like this is you. You have so many feelings this week, but you are trying to keep things under wraps. I feel like you're keeping it under wraps. You're waiting. You're waiting and watching. But I think maybe this week is the week that you're going to go. And I feel like with that that Emperor holding that wand in the air, that it's about passionate things. It's about feeling balanced in your own energy first. I think you want victory, and I think you want it fast. Yeah, there you are. The wands. Fighting self. That's what the deal has been here. I feel like you feel you've missed an opportunity, because I think in the past you were given this opportunity, and I feel like you didn't take it. I feel like you weren't in the frame of mind to take it. I feel like you were feeling still not enough. I feel like you were behind the fear wall, having endured a lot of pain and anguish in relationships, I feel. You fought with yourself about this, and I think you're still fighting with yourself this week. I feel as though you fight with yourself. Have I healed enough? Why did I not take the offer when it was right in front of me? Yeah. I feel like you're gonna go for it though. Yeah, I feel like there's a Queen of Wands here, someone you're really attracted to. You could have a choice between two for some of you. I feel as though, yeah, you're going to fight for either this is pre-Empress energy, or this is two separate feminines. We have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. They go at life very differently, right? This one goes at life through passion, taking action, taking risk. She will go rogue. She doesn't care. She doesn't have a boss. She is her boss. She is the boss, right? So she does what she wants when she wants to do it. And then I feel like this one is the one that's balanced. The one that would rather stay home and, have popcorn and watch movies than anything. I feel like this one is financially smart. This one is balance. This is the multitasking queen. She's going to do anything for anyone at a moment's notice. She's very charitable, giving of her time, her energy, and her money. So you need to pick. Yeah. You need to pick. The 2 swords are up and they're over the left shoulder. That tells me that you are still fighting with yourself. 2 of swords. I mean, you know, you're no longer crossing the heart. Maybe you're coming out of it a little bit. I feel as though that you're willing to, you're willing to fight now. That's this week. So, is it the Queen of Wands for you, or is it the Queen of Pentacles? Tell me, is that the partnership? I've been watching this person doing all the heavy lifting by themselves, and I think you're kind of attracted to that. All right, now we go to Leo. Here we are with you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you for clicking here. If you are interested in your own private reading, my readings begin at $40. Please click the link down below in the description to Wizio. It will take you where you need to be. All right, Leo, here we go. This is your sneak peek for this week, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ooh, somebody's taking charge. That Emperor card shows up. If it's going to show up for me in this sneak peek, it's usually for Leo. It's kind of neat. It did show up for Aries this time. So if you have Aries in your chart, you might want to go watch. Wow. Okay. All right. You've been agonizing over something. Yeah. For some of you, it's going to be love. Maybe you feel like you want to have a second chance. You want to resurrect something with someone. For some of you, it's going to be you want to resurrect something with a soulmate. We have the 6 of Cups here. Could very well be a soulmate, but this could also be someone that you know, because we have many soulmates, right? I feel like there was something that went wrong between you two. I feel like you took charge of the situation, as you will, and I feel like you took charge of the situation and now you regret your decision. And the universe knows it. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to get a second chance here. So, you know, we're already in the shadow of retrograde. I don't exactly know when it goes into retrograde, but we always have at least a week or so of energy before retrograde, which is crossed with eclipse energy and planetary other things, right? So this energy is probably, you're feeling this right now, feeling like you need to get up and take some action, that you're the only one that can fix this. But for those of you who are, you know, just because you're taking the action, it doesn't mean that you're not fearful of it, fearful of what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now that if you are the person who is the one taking action, Leo, if that's you, this Emperor here is successful, always successful. And this Emperor, I feel, is, if it is your energy and you're about to be the one that takes charge here, I feel like once you make that decision and you decide to move forward and take action, I feel as though this is something that kind of goes away, honestly, because you're going to close, or you have closed, a major cycle in your life, a major chapter in your life, learning your karmic lessons along the way. And I feel as though there is someone who offered you some emotion in the past. And I think that now you're regretting the decision of not taking the cup when it was offered. But have no fear. Yeah, there's your karma, right? You have, when you close that chapter, you do the karmic thing. You get the karmic lessons. And yeah, I feel like somebody really maybe stabbed you in the back. I feel like it was some sort of betrayal. Or, oh, you know, you betrayed your person for some of you. I mean, read it both ways, y'all. It's a general reading, but for some of you, you betrayed your person or they betrayed you. Nonetheless, healing was needed. Wow, there's lots of swords here. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, leaving. 4 and 2 is 6. I know I was stuck before, but I'm not stuck anymore. I'm healed. I took charge to close the cycle, and I'm leaving wherever I am, coming to you because I feel stronger. Look at that. All right, there you go. I can't with the tarot. There you go. Finally, you do make the decision to go, because either you are the Empress or you know there's an Empress waiting for you. And it's time. Moment of alchemy. Yeah. Doesn't mean there isn't fear. Doesn't mean there isn't angst. You know, but I feel like you're going for it. Look at all this major arcana. Yeah, you're going for it. Either some of you are going to get the Empress, or yeah, you see someone as your perfect match, and either you're going to get them or they're coming to get you. But nonetheless, somebody's taking charge here, and it's going to work out because Temperance is here. It's the moment in time. The moment in time. The one moment that all things are working in your favor. And Virgo, here we go, Virgo. This is your sneak peek for the week, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo. Virgo, my earthbound cousins. Are we cousins? Is that what we are? Cousins on our earth side? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for this week. All right. You weren't telling anyone you were going through it. I feel like you were holding on too tight. For some of you, you may have been holding on too tight to an Empress. For some of you, you are the Empress and someone was holding on way too tight to you. And so you decided to cut them out, I think. I feel it was a conversation that you, Virgo, didn't think was going to lead to anything. It was just a regular conversation, and it might have been, it might have been infused by emotion and passion. Maybe it was an argument of sorts. It was a very logical argument, though. I feel like whoever is in if you are the Empress and you do resonate with this, whoever the person who is your person or was your person, because I also see this as a lawyer, this person is someone that you battled with smarts. You battled them with your brain. For some of you, you might have regret about this Empress. I mean, take it as it resonates, y'all. It's a general reading, right? So we have the Empress, who is Taurus and Libra. Doesn't have to be, but we also have the King of Swords, who also is Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Somebody kept something quiet under wraps. You weren't sharing it in anything. It's something that it's like the party ended or the third party ended. That's what it is. The third party ended. Maybe you found out there was a third party, or maybe maybe you were the third party and someone found out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These are heavy energies. Wow. Okay. It's going to be the longest reel ever. So I feel as though you feel that in this relationship you were doing all the heavy lifting, but you weren't telling anybody. You felt like it was all on you, that you did all the work, all the hard parts of the work, and everybody looked on and maybe took credit for your work. I feel like it made you feel upset, and it made you feel in lack, and you hated yourself for it, but you kept moving forward anyway in this partnership. Yeah. I feel like you either weren't telling anyone about the partnership, because I feel like there was a third party here somewhere, and I saw the 3 cups laying there, and that's what they spoke to me as. I feel like there was a third party here, that maybe someone was doing all the heavy lifting and other people were looking on. It was a very mismanaged energy. Somebody was working harder than the other one. Regret. Somebody's leaving or opening a new cycle with someone else here. I feel like with the Lovers here that I feel like there is regret. here because you think that the person that you're in the partnership with is your soulmate. I feel like this King of Swords is either your partner or the energy, the way they treat you. And it could be with harsh words. You could be the person with harsh words as well. This is a general reading. Flip it as it resonates. So we have someone who is not quite transformed here, someone who is fighting their transformation, someone who's fighting the transformation of this situation. So I feel like maybe you didn't want this, if it's a relationship or a job or whatever the situation is, I feel like there's a situation here that you didn't want to end and someone decided to cut you out. You wanted to try and work on it and transform the situation, but it didn't work out that way. Yeah, you ended up in lack, 2s, 3s, and 4s, right? You ended up holding on too tight, doing too much, and then after all of that, you became blocked off. You became blocked off, and you ended up spending a lot of time by yourself. There you are, Virgo. Yeah, trapped in your mind, wondering where it went wrong, wondering where you went wrong. I think the only answer for me here is in the major arcana. I feel like it's resting on this Scorpio energy. The Scorpio energy is, the fact is that the death is in reverse, and I feel like you were trying to stop transformation. The truth is some things must come to an end so others can begin. Death must happen before birth can happen. And I feel as though the energy is that you didn't want the situation to transform because you thought that you were with your soulmate. Yeah, but I think really it was the other person that ended up pulling the plug, or will pull the plug this week. Thank you for that energy, Virgo. All right, Libra, here we go for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please tell us about Libra. Libra, if you're interested in having a private reading with me, please know they begin at $40. There is a link to Wizio down below. In the description, look for the yellow dot. Here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What is up for Libra this week, please? Libra. Who would be affected by the way Venus has been acting lately, right? All right. All right, Libra. Geez, everybody's got heavy energy. Wow. Okay. So I feel as though there was a conversation. That's what I feel. I feel it begins with a conversation that is very defensive, very pointed, with a lot of information. I feel like the information you have might be different than the information they had. I feel as though that you came to, yeah. Charlie showing me gunslingers in the streets. Back in the day, right? When they actually did ride horses and there was actual cowboys. Yeah, not the ones you see on Instagram. But yeah, I feel that's what it was. I feel as though it came to gridlock or deadlock with a soulmate. That's what I think. I feel there's a lot of words. A lot of things are spoken that break the heart. 2 and 1 is 3. We've got the 3 of Swords here. A lot of things you learn end up making you really sad. And I feel like something either pierces your heart or hurts it, or gives you mental anguish that ends up playing out as other symptoms in your body, perhaps. But we have you being defensive and saying, no, I'm not doing that. And so I feel that with the gridlock here, that manifesting begins. It was the Queen of Cups that broke your heart, possibly. Could be someone who is in water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. This person told you they had to go and it left you barely balanced. Yeah, it ended up being a burden, but there were some things that came to light about how things were working, about self-care possibly. And we have the World card, which means that the chapter between you ended or may come to an end this week. And I know you're saying, no, Elsie, that's not going on. But you'd be surprised how quick things change. I no longer question the universe because I know how quick it changes. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, the gridlock or the deadlock, you become single. I feel as though that you really had feelings for this person, that you would have given them whatever that pentacle means to you. You would have given that to them. Maybe you were just too slow in the uptake. Maybe you just didn't offer it quick enough. I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles that, you know, you're doing okay, but I feel as though, you know, you're looking over at this, what could have been. Yeah, the thing that's being manifested with the soulmate, I think that's, you know, your inability to be able to learn the lesson and clear the block, or drop the swords, or just listen to what's going on around you. This person is in, you know, this is self-imposed, obviously. Her hands are not bound, but she does have a blindfold on, which tells me that she is trying to listen. Because when you take the other senses away, it heightens the others. So I feel this person is trying to listen for the answer. We've got spirit up here. And not being able to come to an answer for self equals an energetic block. And that's where you left it. Yeah. I feel like there was a very slow-moving offer that you were willing to give, but maybe you weren't ready for that kind of commitment. Yeah, there was not very good communication here. Pardon me. Throat chakra problems, y'all. Could have been something that included a family as well. I feel like you have decided, yeah, you know what, I could take my cup somewhere else, I guess. We have 2 knights here, though. I feel like you love this person. You feel like you had an opportunity for them. I feel as though the 5, though, tells me that maybe there wasn't enough finances. Maybe finances took part in all of this. But if this is not money for some of you, that there was maybe no money in the situation, I feel as though someone was waiting for you to take action and you didn't. That's what it looks like here. Yeah, because the king is the one that takes action. So this could be the story of, you know, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, and Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Take the energies as they are, feminine, masculine, for you. But I feel like, yeah, what the king is looking at here is, yeah, waiting, you know, taking, moving slow, not really all that fast. I feel like maybe you missed an opportunity here. That's what I think. And I think you missed the opportunity because you couldn't make the decision to do whatever was required of you in order to keep this soulmate with you. You ended up single because of something you feel in lack about. Maybe you feel like you could never give them a family. Maybe for some of you, you can't have children. Or maybe for some of you, you're older and you won't be having any children. But I feel like you were trying to manifest this here. And I think that this week, yeah, I feel like the justice that you get is that you move forward. That's what I think. You're moving forward to happier, better things. There is a 10 of Cups in the distance. I think that somebody said, sorry, I can't do it with you. Yeah. I feel, though, that this is what's coming, though. I feel like you are going to get balance after spending time by yourself, thinking it out, maybe connecting to spirit. I feel like there's some things, some great things that are coming for you in the future, Libra. But I feel like if something goes wrong this week and you end up losing that soulmate, I feel it's because they felt that either you were in a stall in your life or you were not paying attention to self. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, you took too long to make the decision. You know what? I'm just realizing I haven't called it yet. So we are now here for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio for this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio. Got a card that flipped there. Going to get some reciprocity, Scorpio. Look at that. Someone's going to share something with you. Could be someone you see, wow, as a soulmate, someone you're in love with. There we go. 11 Cups. Yeah. That's the jackpot. That's what Charlie just said. That's the jackpot. The soulmate that gives you reciprocity in these 9 cups. Pardon me. I feel like you are in love with someone who you see as the 9 cups. I feel like that they are the 9 cups. That's what I feel. They are your wish fulfillment, and you wish to bring them your cup so as to create this blended, beautiful, happy family. Yeah, because we do have 11 cups here, but only one person is offering a cup, right, to the 9. So, yeah, I feel like we already have 10 cups here. I feel as though that that you're willing to share time, energy, thoughts, whatever the pentacles represent to you. It could be money for some of you. I feel like you need the reciprocity, you need the balance from another human, and you feel as though this person who is the lovers here, it could be someone who's Gemini, but we also do have water energy and earth energy here. Scorpio, I feel like you are going to possibly try and communicate and get some reciprocity. Yeah, there's a reunion here. Scorpio, look at that. Major arcana everywhere. Holy Scorpio. Look at that. Whew. All right, there we go. You've disconnected from or walked away from someone that you had an emotional connection to. Something you had an emotional connection to. I feel as though you want a reunion with this person you see as your everything, possibly your mirror, someone you feel mirrors you. I also feel like it is someone that you have a deep soul connection with. I feel like this reunion is got you all up in your head. Yeah. I feel like it has you either preparing, making a speech, thinking about how the conversation will go back and forth, back and forth. The queen is very prepared, very pointed in the way that she speaks. It could be a feminine energy, doesn't have to be. But I feel as though someone here is about to move past their fear. The fear of rejection, the fear of feeling like words are coming at you for wrong reasons, for hate reasons. I feel like you're going to be stronger than that because you know that there is something special about the person that you're manifesting. You've also been manifesting strength, which tells me that this could be your person. Your person could be someone who is a divorcee, someone who has a lot of words, is very smart, highly intelligent, and will cut you with that sword. Yeah, cut you out if she needs to. But I feel like this person, you feel like either you feel you're going to get a talking to, or you are the person who's ready to be just logical about the situation. I don't see many cups here. I see the reunion, and it's emotional reunion, but understand it goes straight into conversation, very pointed conversation about whatever it is that's been going on here, because I think this person, you know, for some of you, it is a queen, someone who's maybe been divorced, doesn't have to, but someone who, you know, is at the top of their game, very, very smart. And I think you're trying to nail them down and throw a ring on it. That's what I think. Or you're at least trying to let them know through your words and maybe through some of your actions that you're ready for it. You're ready for it. You feel a little defensive. You're not sure what's going to happen here. You're going to try and keep your chin to the sky. Leo energy, you're going to push forward. You're going to tame the lion. This may be the lion for some of you. I'm just saying, it may be. But I feel as though the reason that you're going through all of this is for this. Yep, that's what it is. I feel like you're going through all of it, and you will 1,000 times to get to where you're going, because you know that where you're going is balanced. Okay, here comes the conversation, y'all. Oh my gosh, I can't even. So clear, such clarity. I love it. Look at that. You walk away because you need clarity. You need to begin the conversation somehow, but first you got to get balanced, whether that's financially or otherwise, because here comes this tower. It's an apology with a communication. Yeah. Communication, apology causes a tower, but You're going to get yourself stable, go get the clarity, because it is time to walk away from something. Because you found out something that's come to light. There's the king. In the future, could be a divorce on the books. I'm feeling, Scorpio, this is the week that you go get your person. I think you're not going to hide in the shadows any longer. Interesting. All right, Saggies, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Somebody pointed out to me that I said I had Sagittarius in my moon, but I don't. It's in my rising. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, thank goodness for my Sag. Gives a little levity to my Taurus sun. Thankful for it. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. My Saggy brothers and sisters, here we go for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. For this week, your sneak peek, Sagittarius. Reunion. Wow. Jeez. Wow, wow, wow. Oh boy, I just got head to toe chill, Sag. This might be the week someone whips out the L word. That's what it feels like. It feels like for some of you, someone is going to be very clear with you about how they feel about you. They're finally going to reveal everything that has been hiding, things that they were keeping from you. And I think the biggest thing that they were keeping from you is I think that some of you, your person is going to tell you that they love you, that they're in love with you. Yeah. For some of you, you've been waiting to hear it forever. And it's been hiding here, but I feel as though after the last reunion, yeah. Maybe for some of you, you don't see this coming. This could be energies that might be bubbling to the surface this week and you don't see it yet. But I feel like someone who is very guarded, yeah, is very much in love with you and needs to tell you, not wants, needs to make a choice, needs to tell you that they're in love with you and they're going to offer it all. They're going to offer the beginning of something pretty beautiful, because with that Ace of Cups, we have the 3 here. I feel like you offered already. You offered everything to this person and I think they turned you down in the past. Well, while they may have not been very clear with you, Moon in reverse tells me secrets are coming out. Something's coming to light. No more shoving it under the carpet. It's time to be honest with self. I feel like someone is about to be honest with you about the ways in which their heart has been broken in the past. They're about to be honest with you, Sagittarius, and let you know that they fight internally with themselves always when it comes to love and when to say, I love you. And is that a trap? Like, I feel like, you know, if you got inside there, there'd be no way you could get out amongst those people who are fighting with the wands. I feel like this is competition as well as indecision. So maybe someone feels like there's competition for your love, or there was in the past, and has realized now that you don't want anyone else but them, that there never was competition, that their broken heart was the thing that was telling them not to move forward. It was putting them in indecision, but you know what? It wasn't from anything you did, Sag. This is past hurt. Yeah. I feel like the King of Wands is here. This is someone probably that most of you already know. Someone who hasn't really told you about the hardships that have come with this life for them. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is someone who people have taken action against time again and again and again. And with the 1 wand here and the 9 here, I feel like we've got 10 wands. This person has been carrying a burden of not telling you their feelings and not telling you why. Just letting you think what you're thinking. And I think maybe this is the week, Sag, that somebody comes clean with you. Look at that. They're bringing the cup of love. That's really beautiful. Wow. Yeah, they spent a lot of time in the quiet, in the dark, holding back, not saying anything. This king has been through it. Look at all the wands. Yeah. Yeah, he's been hurt in love. Yeah, because there's 15 wands here. 1 and 5 is 6. Someone who is in love with this person took action against them, or it ended up being a traumatic situation. They're going to tell you about that. Look at that. Oy, oy, oy. As my grandma would say. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, I miss her. Okay, so Sag, we have another time around. Yeah, something here is going to be resurrected. I think that your person has decided that they're just going to take it on the chin from the universe. Yeah, they're just going to be judged, and that's okay. But I feel like somebody who was very quiet with you, I think it was this person in this energy. They don't have to be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, but this could also be you, right? Flip it. It could all be about you. I feel as though that whoever this person represents to you, no matter what their sign is, that they're a king, which means they probably own a business owner, or someone who's higher up in the echelons of corporate hood. This person is going to take a chance on you. Yeah, because they love you. They do. There's the proof. Here comes the cup. That's this week. I think some of you are going to hear the word love. Yeah. And some of you are just going to be shocked that this person has come forward to tell you something you've always wanted to hear. All right, Capricorn, thank you for coming by. Thanks for clicking here. Capricorn, if you're interested in a reading, please book with me at Wizio. If you look down below for the yellow dot, that's the Wizio link. You'll be able to get over there. My readings begin at $40. All right. I've got a bunch of things going on here, so I'm just going to drop them. Oh boy, it's going to be a mess. Capricorn, what's going on? What is going on with you? Okay, not as bad as it looks here. So the good news is, that's what I always hear when I pull this Page of Wands, because it's about good news. The good news is someone's in love with you. Yeah, I feel as though that you are going to be healing with someone here. You could possibly be in love with an Aquarius, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have you coming from a place of feeling like you didn't have enough, or feeling in lack, or feeling either disconnected with yourself or with your passions. Maybe that happens sometimes when you get into depression. I know that, I'm not diagnosing you, but I know that with depression comes sometimes a lack of drive because you just don't have interest in anything. Sometimes if it gets bad enough, you just stop having interest in anything. I think this week, Capricorn, what's going on here is you're getting some good news about love. I feel like there is going to be a renewed kind of, if you are already with a person in a good relationship, then this is going to mean that this person is going to try and rekindle the love with you. This person is going to start flirting and acting young and flirty again, and maybe a little bit carefree, maybe a little bit throwing their energy here, there, and everywhere, their passionate energy, but I think they're mostly throwing it at you because I feel they love you and they want to heal with you here. I also feel like they feel that they have a special connection with you that no one else has. And I feel that they are, for some of you, if you've been in a relationship, they're going to rekindle. And for others of you, it could be someone who is in fire energy, who is passionate about you and what they do or where they are in life, and they want to tell you about their feelings. As we pull the Queen of Feelings, right? The feels. The psychic queen, the one who's trying to stay balanced while she's healing everything and everyone. There we go. For some of you, you could be the Queen of Wands. We could be dealing with two feminines. And we also have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like this all works out in your favor. I feel like there is someone in your life, regardless of the Queen energy here, that there... Got three queens. Okay, we got pre-empress energy here. There you are. All right, interesting. So we have three feminine energies, or masculines who have heavy feminine energy within. We're not reading meat suits here, y'all. We are reading energy, right? So I feel as though the main player here is you, and I feel that you show everyone your Queen of Wands energy. The person who takes action, gets what she wants. Also the person who's quite passionate and will use herself and how good she looks to get the things that she wants in life. Now, I feel like you just maybe either recently did or might this week be at the crossroads, looking around, wondering, do I want to stay where I am? I'm not sure. I see 2 wands here, and I feel like somebody is like, should I go back to the crossroads and try and find someone else, or should I stay in the relationship I'm in? I feel like we have fear of happiness. That's what I feel it is for the Queen. I feel like you feel that every time things get great in life, it's that feeling of impending joy, as Brene Brown says in her book, Daring Greatly. She talks about impending joy, how Hollywood has trained us that when things go really well, something's going to be terribly wrong and everybody's going to die. That's what Hollywood teaches us, right? And so we have this feeling of impending joy. Yeah, that things that you don't see under either fear or toxicity or inability to speak, because maybe the fear of losing it all has you petrified, I feel like things are actually growing. So I feel the challenge here is that we have, the devil, and we have the 9 of Cups beside each other. That tells me gluttony. Yeah, eating too much, drinking too much, doing too much, spending too much money. You know what I mean? All the things that will leave you in lack. They feel good in instant gratification. That's what it is. It feels great in instant gratification. But when it comes down to it, cuts into your pentacles. Cuts into your pentacles, right? Yeah, it cuts right in. And also, I feel like when you get into this energy here, when you get into that, spending too much, spending a lot on the hair, a lot on the nails, a lot on the skin, that, you're at the risk of being shallow. Yeah, I feel that's what it is. Now, the universe is saying 1, 2, 3. For some of you, you are in pre-Empress energy. So some of you are going to go through some sort of an ascension this week. For others of you, this may be a group of friends or a soulmate. This could also be a love triangle, for sure. Take it as it resonates. I feel like what's going to happen for you this week, Capricorn, is I feel like you are going to have a realization that you've been living in this kind of life of gluttony, eating too much, drinking too much. And I think that you've decided that you're going to say yes to your health. That I feel this Queen needs to love herself more. And I feel if you get into this energy, being logical and balancing logic with emotion, instead of being cut off, I feel like the balance will come. I feel like it will grow. You will grow. Very cool. Thanks, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius, here I am. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It is about you, Aquarius. This is your sneak peek for this week. Thanks for clicking here. Aquarius, if you are interested in a reading, interesting. If you're interested in a reading, they begin at $40. Look for the yellow dot down below for a link to Wizio. So we begin here with somebody who wants victory, somebody who's being seen, someone who's out in public. If that's you, good job. You need to get out there to be seen. Ooh. All right. If you identify as being the Empress, dear Aquarius, this would be you. I feel like you're especially attractive right now. This is a time where you not only look good and smell good, like everything on the exterior is in place, whatever that means to you. It's different for everybody. I feel like you feel like the Empress. You feel like that you have ascended to this level of the Empress. And what does that mean? Well, the Empress on her meat suit side, when we're looking at her, looks great. She looks great, smells great. She might be of childbearing years. Doesn't have to be, but this person is very in touch with the universe, very in touch with self, and is a healer. The Empress will run into a place and heal the whole damn thing. Yeah, that's the kind of warrior she is. So this person is Taurus and Libra, very balanced, but very firm, set in the ways, knows the ways of the universe and is teaching them as such. I feel that all of this makes you incredibly, attractive to everyone around you. We have the Six of Wands. Somebody wants to come home. Somebody wants to be seen by you, dear Empress. I feel like that you're attracting, but you may be attracting this passion, right? People that are coming in and out of your life. I feel like you're incredibly attractive and what, oh, thank you, Charlie. I was going to give my own piece of advice, and then Charlie said, don't lower your standards because you're lonely. Yeah. Don't lower the standards because you're lonely. Because this energy, the Empress, doesn't stand for this and this like that. No. The Empress is the person who's waiting. She's patient because she is all of the queens, right? Which means the Queen of Pentacles. She is all of the queens, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all that energy, they're very grounded. Yeah. And patient. Yeah, Taurus being the most patient of the bunch. So I feel like you need to be patient because it is on the way for you. It won't be someone who is just going to be in and out of your life. You are going to receive communication this week, I believe, because we have 6, 7, 8. We have 8 wands on the table. To me, that says that there is some communication coming up around you, dear Empress, if you are identifying as this Empress. You don't have to have Taurus or Libra in your chart, but it doesn't hurt. We have Leo. I've got cards dropping out. I'm just going to let the cards drop. Let's do that because that's the way it's supposed to be. Some of it's going to end up challenging. These came out sideways. It's going to be a challenging week. I feel like you're being silent with someone that you're trying to attract. That's what I feel. I feel as though you are undecided about whether you want a relationship or just some fun. Just having, just dating and seeing people and having passionate times. And I feel as though you don't discuss those things with other people. I feel like we've got the Four of Pentacles, which tells me you keep everything under wraps. You don't share many things, but you hold on tight to very little that you have. If it is little that you have, I would say release it because, only the free bird is the one that comes back, right? So if you trap it and you hold on to it too tight, you end up here. Yep. Not knowing what to do, not having any answers, and in gridlock or deadlock with yourself. Yeah. So be careful with the energy that you spend because being given this honor of the ascension to the Empress, it comes with a lot of responsibility. And it is someone who is all loving and all healing, very connected, will walk in and help any family sort of heal, I guess. I feel like there is some energy here that is coming forward for you. There could be someone, of course, we're going to see you guys. We're going to see the judgment. I think I've seen it in most of the readings I've done so far in the sneak peek. A large majority of them probably. But I feel like judgment keeps showing up because, Mercury retrograde, right? We're in the shadow already. I don't know exactly when the day is. If you do, you can post it down below and I'll pin it to the top for others. But I feel like the thing is that if you feel it, for some of you, you feel like you feel a need to connect with someone that you haven't connected with in a long time. And if that's your plan, it's going to work out. If you're the one that's going back round for the second time, for the resurrection, Leo here tells me that you are going to have victory. And Leo here tells me that you are the one that is the catalyst for this. And you are the one that is so much up in your strength that you know that this is going to work. You have a knowing because you are connected to universe. I feel like there is energy here of you being undecided how you want to go about things, whether you want to date one person exclusively or maybe you're just going to date around just to see who you can find. But I feel like you're watching someone. It might be the person who's coming back round or that you hope is coming back round, or this person's watching you and it makes you defensive that this person might have access to your information or to you online. I feel like for some of you, you've left the door open for that because you knew that your person was about to leave a situation. And I feel like they do leave their situation. And although it's regrettable, I feel like they close the chapter successfully with a another person who could be in a fixed sign energy like you. So this could be you closing this chapter here as well after feeling very overwhelmed about making decisions about love and tired of the regret. You just want to go away and feel balanced again. I feel like for some of you, you do get your balance, and this is Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So it could have to do with another fixed sign as well. Yeah, you're up in your head. I think eventually that you do want to find a good, stable, strong relationship, and you will find that in the future, but it's just not right now. I think right now you're waiting for someone to come back round, or you're going back round to someone. I think you're seeing things on the internet, or maybe getting texts, or information is popping up. This is the page that learns and digs for information. I feel like you get very defensive about some of the energies that you pull up here, and some of it you don't like. 3 swords here breaks your heart, but I feel like regardless of whether you're ready for it or not, here it comes. Here's the Judgment card. Someone's coming back to resurrect something with you, or you are doing that with them. And that brings us to Pisces, my 2 fishes friends. I am 2 fishes in my moon signs. Thank you for coming here. If you are interested in having a reading, a private reading with me, they do begin at $40. Go down in the description and look for the yellow dot. That is the link to Wizio. That's where you can book me. All right, here we go. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Your sneak peek for this week, Pisces. Here we are, Pisces. It's about to kick off, like whether you're ready or not. That's what it feels like. Are you ready? Because whether you're ready or not, here it comes. Look at that. Wow. I feel like there is... You feel it, Pisces. You have a knowing. You feel it coming. You know it's about to kick off with the soulmate. And here comes the second chance, the resurrection. Yeah, you two are, it looks like there is someone who is coming back from the past, and you can't stop it because it is so. How you deal with it is your karma. Just remember that. So for those of you who are like, no, don't you dare send them back, just to remember how you treat them is your karma. This is a card of judgment, right? It's about taking it on the chin if you need to, being accountable for the way you're acting, the things you've said, the way you're being. And I feel like when you do come to this place of, yeah, maybe it was half my fault, that judgment releases you and you're able to close the cycle, because after judgment comes the world. Right? And I feel like you've gone through a lot. I am not minimizing anything that you've gone through, because I see the 9 of Wands here. I know that it's been hard for you. For some of you, you still have your walls up, but I think that when this Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor, and it will, it might be turning with someone who is a fixed sign. Could be someone who is Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, or Taurus. Doesn't have to be. Could also, well, this is Pisces for me. All right, the Queen is in the reverse. All right. I think the Queen is the one that caused all the burdens. So for some of you, this Queen in reverse can represent masculine or feminine. It doesn't really matter to me. It really is all about how you are feeling about it, right? And we have... a Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel as though, Pisces, is that once you drop the burdens of this interaction that you've had with this person, I feel like this Queen of Wands is a past energy. And I feel as though, what I mean by past energy is I feel like in the past, this Queen and your interactions with the Queen were hard and harsh because this person was not healed. Yeah. So whether it represents feminine or masculine for you, I feel like there is a harsh energy. Burdens are being dropped here. 9 and 1 is 10. She's carrying one of those wands. We also have 10 here, right? 10 tells me that, I feel as though you are going to have communication with someone that you have nostalgic love with, someone that you love deeply as a soulmate, or as someone is far more special to you than a soulmate. I feel like the universe is giving you this person, so I feel this is the person you feel connected to. The universe is saying, yeah, here it comes. This is your person. You just have to accept this invitation. And for some of you, you won't. You have to, that you will feel judged by this person because they've not had any communication with you. It's been radio silent. Yeah. And that's a burden you've been carrying around. But I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is going to help you both. Five of Pentacles in the reverse tells me there's finally communication. You finally start feeling better. You finally start making more money, whatever that represents to you. I feel like the only way that comes about is because you are willing to take the judgment. You're willing to accept whatever it was that you did that wasn't great. And it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be pointing fingers, because when you point one at them, the rest are pointing back at you, right? So I think that's what it is. I think you're going to be forgiving someone for the way they acted when they were with you in the past. There we go. It's the contract. It's the choice. It's the choice to move ahead and go forward. I feel like when you two decide to come out of this period of silence or lack with each other, when each of you, not just you and not just them, Pisces, you are 50% of the issue. They are 50% of the issue, right? And you can blame it any way you want to blame it. We all know that that's the unhealed part of you, is the shadow work, okay? Just remember that you are in control. This is you. This is you in the driver's seat with all the tools. It was given to you at the very beginning. Card number 1 in the Major Arcana comes right after the Fool. The very first place the Fool goes is to the Magician. So they can get this wand so they can manifest passion, and this cup so they can manifest love and emotion, and this pentacle so they can manifest money, and the sword so they can manifest communication. I feel like you are manifesting. I feel like though you are manifesting balance. And if that means that you don't make as much money as you made in the past, I feel like you have flipped your priorities. And I feel your priorities are with your health, with your balance, with being, that Angel Michael has got fire in one and water in the other, and back and forth until the moment of alchemy. I feel as though there's one pentacle here that you're thinking about giving away. And I feel as though that you are holding someone responsible back here for who they used to be. So be careful about that, because I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here to say the time is now. The time is now with this soulmate, but I feel that this soulmate wasn't fully grown the last time they saw you. So either they had a young mindset, or they had a young way of acting. They were maybe irresponsible with their energy, or the way that they said things to people. Maybe they acted from ego, but maybe they didn't know any better at the time. I feel like someone's coming back around after learning a bunch of lessons, and some of those lessons are about balance and others are about manifestation. They've been, what you want wants you. Yeah. Whatever is done in heaven is done on earth. Yeah. As above, so below. I feel whatever you've manifesting, that's what's coming to you this week, Pisces. Thank you for coming here, for watching this. I love you and you know it. And if you do want a reading, look for the yellow dot. I'm going to go for now. I love you guys. Bye-bye.